Again, Doug here from X-Frames FPV, and today, well, we got a final thoughts, and this is a long time coming. This is on the SlimBaby. Well, I'm calling it the SlimBaby. This is actually a HyperBaby that I've taken and I've hand sanded to make it lighter, and this is meant to be kind of a real, have the ability to fly in small spaces slowly, but then when you, on 3S, then when you put 4S on it, it then kind of opens up and becomes a really fun, fast little drone. So you know, I didn't know exactly how. I had an idea of how this would come out. I really hoped that it would hit the mark, which is slow and easy to fly on 3S, and you throw 4S on it and it screams, and it's done it. I'm really pleased with this. So let's get to the tabletop. We'll take a look at it in depth and look at some flight footage. All right, let's real quickly go over the components in this. We chose, like I said in the intro, I chose these components to be to kind of fit within the parameters of what I wanted out of this drone, which is what I try to do when I build something. I don't just throw components together. I try to think, okay, what is my end goal? What do I want this drone to do when I'm finished with it? And so the first thing we did, we went with a really smooth, these are 13, let me make sure that I've got that right on here, 1306 3100 kV, and you know, that's a little smaller than what we would normally go with the HyperBaby. We'd normally go with a 1407 and a 3600 kV, but I wanted this to be smooth and not overpowered, especially on 3S. I wanted to be efficient enough that on 3S it had plenty of power. And so that's why we chose these. We went with a Lumenier 10 amp ESC, and then we went with the Lumenier Micro Lux F4 flight controller, and that has a built-in FRSky receiver. And then for the PDB or the VTX, we went with the TBS Unify race version, and I like that. I chose that from this because it needed, you can tell I needed that little low profile. As far as camera, we went with the Runcam Swift 2. That gives us our OSD, and that's really about it. Pretty simple layout. Really happy. It was my first experience with the Micro Lux. Really happy with it. I did not soft mount it. We're only running 8K, 4K on this. I did not soft mount it. I've not had any problems with oscillations. The tune was really good just to begin with, and me fine tuning a little bit, it got even better. And you know, part of that is, you know, you can see, well, I don't know if you can see that, but the cogging in this is very smooth. That helps with tuning. You know, more cogging, I know it has more power, but I like something that has a little less cogging so that I can get a little bit better tune. And this thing on 3S is got plenty of power. On 4S, it is legitimately fast. Now we're going to show you some video. This is flown out in front of the house here, in front of the shop. You know, this, I put so much work into it. I did not want to just really push this thing really hard and take a chance of crashing and breaking, because this frame I hand sanded. A normal HyperBaby it's all thick all the way through here, and I hand sanded this whole thing, and I did not want to take a chance of running into a tree or something like that. And so we've just got some real simple footage, so let's go to that. We're going to show you some 3S footage and 4S. All right, well, there you can see, like I said, on 3S, I really wanted this to be kind of slow and easily maneuvered. I really built the 3S part for it to be line of sight. This is built for, it's going to be flown out in Singapore, and he has a tennis court, and he flies kind of line of sight out there. So that's what 3S is for. And then when he wants to go out someplace that has some more room, throw on the goggles, then you put 4S to it, and it absolutely screams. And so it did exactly what I wanted it to do. You never know. I have never used these 1306 3100 kV motors. So that's something new. I've never used a Micro Lux. And so you never know how it's all going to come together, but my goodness, it came together really well, and I'm really happy. I think it's a beautiful little drone, and it just flew really, really, really well and did what I wanted to. Super easy to control. If I flew at some line of sight out here in front of the house, and it was just smooth as butter, and so that's really what I love it when it kind of comes together like that. So guys, I appreciate you. This is what I call the SlimBaby. It's a HyperBaby that I've kind of sanded down. I hope you guys are getting something out of these videos, and I hope that what I'm covering is what you want to know. If I'm not covering stuff, if like you're like, okay, what I want to know more about whatever, just let me know, and I'll try to do that the next time in the video. But this, like I said, this took a lot of time to sand down and get exactly how I wanted it. The build went fairly easy, and it's a really, really fun one. So you guys can check out my website at xframesfpv.com. The build section is the only section right now that has any real content that's mine. The rest of it is all just kind of stock footage because we're in the process of building it. And you can check out and see the builds that I do, and some of them I need to update it. So guys, again, I appreciate you a ton. I hope you get some time to fly.